And on the line, he let Kobe have the ball.
Kobe to the right corner, jump one over the hockey. That's way short.
As players, I think we all questioned, not because it was Kobe, but because it was a young rookie. Even though he had all the ability in the world, you know, you're playing on a team with Shaquille O'Neal, you're playing on a team with Eddie Jones, you're playing on a team with Nick Van Exel.
Bryant for the tie.
Kobe threw up 3 air balls down the stretch. Utah won by 4.
Another air ball.
That was a tough position, I think, for Dale to put Kobe in.
By the next season, some in the media were calling Kobe the next Michael Jordan.
Kobe Bryant is not Michael Jordan. He will never be Michael Jordan. He does some things that look like Michael. He's a completely different player than Michael Jordan.
But Kobe had no interest in being the next Jordan. He wanted to make the fans forget number 23. His first opportunity came at the 1998 All-Star Game.
Bryant, Kobe, Jordan stuffs it. Here comes Bryant, head of the field. Checks in, Jordan, baseline.
You're not shying away at all from Michael. You're going after him, aren't you, Kobe?
I'm just having fun. I'm having a good time, man. You know, Michael's a great player, one of the best players of all time. And, you know, what better way to learn the game than going at it?
Plus the foul for Jordan, who now has
Kobe went at him, but that night, Michael was the best. 4 months later, the Lakers were hot going into the 1998 playoffs.
And now the steal by Kobe. Foot race with Darren Strong and Bryant.
But then the Jazz beat them in 4 straight.
96-92, and the sweep is complete.
Many said the Lakers' failures stemmed from disharmony between stars Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. More blamed Kobe than Shaq.
Everybody knows Shaq's the man. But why it couldn't be 2 great players playing together, I don't understand. There's no need for that. There's no need for guys bickering. You know what I mean? I even told Kobe that. You know what I mean? There's no need for that. You guys need to go out and play and win.
As the new season approached, one thing was clear. If the Lakers were ever going to rise to their potential, something or someone was going to have to give or go. At the tender age of 20, Kobe Bryant was living the modern American dream. He had a $71 million contract with the NBA's marquee team in the nation's most glamorous city. He was wildly popular with the fans, especially the young ones. Kobe's talent and star quality were obvious, but to his coaching staff and teammates, he was a headstrong loner whose showboating style hurt the team and cost them key victories.
That's the part that, you know, probably a lot of us question and a lot of people on the outside of our organization question is, what exactly are your motives in thinking that way? You know, is it just because you feel like you're that good, or are there for some other personal reasons that do not involve what's best for this basketball team?
Kobe changed alone in a cubicle off the locker room and rarely spoke to his teammates off the court. He described the Worm, Dennis Rodman, as the perfect teammate because the two had never spoken off the court.
There's no question that he's not really interested in the quote-unquote personal part or the, the co-worker part of being in the NBA. I think Kobe growing up in a different era and growing up, overseas in Italy, he has chosen to be a loner because if he looked around, there's not another Kobe Bryant.
The fact that we don't go out and hang out in clubs or go out to movies together, I think it's simply because he enjoys his privacy, and his privacy vanishes as soon as he steps out of his room.
In the spring of 2000, Kobe met Vanessa Lane on a music video soundstage.
I met her, and like, hey, what's your name? Like, Vanessa. That was it. She had like a little sparkle in her eye and everything, and that was it for me.
The relationship left him with even less time for his teammates.
Magic had a comment that I had to hang out with the team, and go to clubs and go to bars and that in order to build team camaraderie for us to win. And, I respect Magic so much, but to me, that was just an off-the-wall statement. You know what I mean? Because, how is that going to make us win a championship? for me to go out to a club and hang with the guys and do this, that, and the other. There are other ways we can go about doing this.
Kobe kept his distance from the other Lakers, and although neither man would admit it, he was stuck in an ugly rivalry with the other star of the team, Shaquille O'Neal.
They're like, worrying about whose team it is, who has the most commercials and all of these other things.
They have their egos, and they both want to be the top dog. They also want to be the main focus of the offense. They also want to be the main focus of all the media attention that's out there.
Many on the team blame their misfortunes on Kobe's refusal to meet Shaq halfway. Meanwhile, Shaq was calling Kobe the boy wonder in interviews. He didn't mean it as a compliment. Then, in 1999, tensions rose to the surface when Kobe and Shaq scuffled during a practice game.
The relationship between, both Kobe and Shaquille is one that would definitely remind you of two brothers. One being the older brother and one being the younger brother. And the big brother's always been able to tell the younger brother what to do. And years go by and all of a sudden the younger brother's a little bigger, a little older, a little stronger.
For 3 seasons, the Laker management did everything they could to bring out the best in Kobe Bryant. They traded Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel, giving Kobe more time on the floor. They replaced Del Harris with Kurt Rambis and gave Kobe the league maximum $71 million contract. Then, in the 1999 playoffs, the Lakers lost again, swept this time by the less talented San Antonio Spurs.
Antonio sweeps.
Laker owner Jerry Buss, who had always avoided paying big money for coaching talent, bit the bullet and coughed up $30 million to bring Phil Jackson to LA. The former Bulls coach had 6 championship rings and a talent for handling headstrong stars.
Phil's a terrific communicator. He's an excellent manager in terms of dealing with players, dealing with a team.
But before Phil had a chance to work out a truce, Kobe and Shaq made their own attempt at reconciliation. The occasion was Kobe's 21st birthday at an LA restaurant. Shaq surprised everyone by showing up. Phil Jackson's most immediate challenge was how to reel in his young guard.
I was totally aghast at some points that he overran his teammates. He chased the ball on offense to get to the basketball. He took shots with guys hanging on with teammates wide open.
Phil worked to convince Kobe that the team's best route to winning was through Shaq. That it was all right to pass the ball because he'd get it back. This message was not new. Kobe had heard it countless times from Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Del Harris, and Kurt Rambis. But it took Phil Jackson to finally get through to him.
The reason why I had genuine respect for Phil, because I could tell right off the bat that he was serious about the game and that he loved the game.
I think that Phil Jackson has been great for Kobe Bryant. He's stern, but yet he'll give him a little bit of rope. But when he makes mistakes that are costly and makes mistakes that are where he's trying to do too much, Phil will remind him, and he'll also take him out of the game.
The team just really came together. It was just a culmination of so many different things, and it was exciting. Phil coming in and all of the ingredients that he brought to institute tremendous team play.
Once they figured it out, everything fell into place. The Lakers finished off Portland and then beat the Pacers in the finals. They were world champs at last.
Then once we finally win it, it tastes really, really sweeter after you've gone through some type of adversity.
Just wants to win. That's his attitude. He just wants to win the game. Win games, that's it.
Both Kobe and Shaq had come to realize that the whole of their combined talents was greater than the sum of the parts.
I think we just wanted room to operate. I think if you look in the past, you look at Kareem, you look at Magic, he just passed the ball. Kareem shot it. Magic loved to do that. On this team, Shaq and I, we're both, quote-unquote killers. We like to go for your throat. And it's just a matter of us finding out how we can do that and do it together.
Kobe Bryant was on his way to achieving his ultimate goal, being the best ever. But now even he knew he couldn't do it alone. In April of 2001, just before the first round of the playoffs, Kobe Bryant married his 18-year-old sweetheart, Vanessa Lane, in a private ceremony.
It's hard because, you know, miss her so much. Like when I travel and go on the road, and she misses me so much. But when I come home, you know, you're just so happy to see the person. And she knows that this is my job. I mean, this is what I have to do. And she knows how dedicated I am to this game. So our relationship is great.
When the next season began, many of the old conflicts returned. Shaq complained that Kobe was hogging the ball again, and Shaq was throwing bricks from the free throw line.
Peter Vesey. He missed them both.
But when the playoffs arrived, the Lakers got down to business and played like a team. The best team in the league. They swept into the finals and then blew away Allen Iverson and the Sixers to defend their title. Kobe came back from an ankle injury and stepped up, making the big shots. But Shaq got the MVP award.
Kobe, if it wasn't for Shaquille, you know, could definitely have been in the MVP run. The finals, I think, proved that, you know, he'll go down in history as you know, one of the top 2, 3, 4, 5 players to ever play this game.
From the Los Angeles Lakers.
Then, in February 2002, the prodigal son returned home to Philadelphia for the NBA All-Star Game. They weren't glad to see him.
They booed Kobe Bryant.
Kobe scored 31 points, was named MVP, but it was a painful reminder that to the Philly fans, Kobe was no hometown hero. He had left too quickly and too often. In their eyes, he would always be a stranger, but maybe Kobe the loner liked it that way. It had taken Kobe Bryant 4 years to mature to the level where he could help the Lakers win the NBA championship. Some thought those 4 years might have been better spent in college, away from the NBA spotlight.
Kobe transgressed one of the things I think that's really a mistake. College is our farm system, basically, in the NBA. And I think that it's important that players go to that process, learn how to succeed in a peer group setting that's mostly their own age group.
But if Kobe's was the road less taken, there's no doubt it got him to where he had always wanted to go.
You know the saying that people say the guy couldn't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time? He was like that early on, man. He worked his butt off, man. Get to the point where he is now, it's incredible.
At the age of 23, he was already a 5-year NBA veteran. He'd helped lead his team to 2 world championships and was heading for a 3rd. Still, Kobe Bryant remained a work in progress.
No one among us expected that he would become the #1 American basketball player.
I think he will play in the league for another 10 years or so, and he will leave the NBA with 5 or 6 rings and a Jordan-like legacy. He's going to be one of the best players to ever play this game.
He has really scaled things back and has learned to use his teammates better. There's a tremendous room for improvement in him. He's going to be better than what he is today, and that's pretty scary.
He was a team player now, but Kobe Bryant continued to go his own way.
I constantly tell people, man, if you have a dream and you want to achieve something, don't let anybody tell you can't achieve that. Because you can be whatever you want to be. You can strive for whatever you want to strive for. Don't let anybody tear you down.